Well, Scott, your first international call-up for Scotland. How does it feel?
Yeah, pretty cool, Jamie. An immensely sort of proud moment as well, sort of for my family, and something I'd had on my radar for a couple of years, but just with the way the schedules were, I never really had the opportunity to do it. But really excited, and as I say, immensely proud and looking forward to it.
I know when we spoke last summer and your brother had got into the side, I guess there was extra incentive for you.
A little bit, mate. Yeah, I sort of delighted with the way it all went for him, and watching that, and sort of having a look and going, yeah, wow, what an amazing opportunity, and what amazing opportunities lie ahead as well. So that would be if it does happen, that we sort of take the field together, that would be an incredibly proud moment for the family, for sure.
Not only your brother, but of course Brad Wheal, your fellow teammate, who's played for Scotland before.
Absolutely. Wheelie's pretty established at that level and has been to a couple of World Cups, and that'll be also a nice moment, having played pretty much all my professional cricket with Wheelie, and we haven't been on the park together for a while with his injuries last year. So yeah, looking forward to getting over there and getting in amongst it with him as well.
This is a different type of cricket now, not just the fact it's international cricket, but different competitions, World League 2, and how much have you followed it? And this is the start of a new campaign, isn't it, I believe?
It is, mate, yeah. There's obviously the way it all works, it's like a 4-year cycle up to the next 50 over World Cup, and there's a lot of sort of debate around the way 50 over cricket's going, but it's a format I've immensely enjoyed over the last 3 years here at Hampshire, and I've always kept an eye on the Scotland results, and what with Wheelie being involved in the World Cups, you naturally find yourself keeping an interest. So as I say, incredibly excited and looking forward to being a part of it.
So you've got Canada and the UAE out in the UAE. Have you been in that area before?
I've been out there, but not for cricket, so that'll be a new experience. But again, as I say, you sort of found myself the last few years sort of travelling around a bit and getting to experience different countries, and in my opinion that can only be a good thing for county cricket, and then wider sort of coming back here, you sort of colour in those gaps in your cricket education, and another chance to do that in Dubai.
When you see somebody like Brad Wheal playing international cricket for Scotland, do you sort of think, well, actually, this is another stage, this is another development for me?
100%, mate. It's county cricket's one thing, and you want to do as well as you can for whoever you're playing for in county cricket, but also to go and do that and test yourself against the world's best, and ICC events are obviously the pinnacle of that. It's something that you never really know until you do it, and I'll be honest with you, mate, I don't know if I'd ever be good enough to represent England, so it's a massive opportunity that I'd feel pretty foolish to keep turning down if I did so. So this kind of acts as that first step into it, to test yourself against international cricketers.
The Scotland's men, I believe, haven't played a game for quite a while. This is the start of a new cycle, as you say. There's also an interim management team there. So does this very much feel the start of something, a new era?
I think a little bit, mate. They've obviously had good success in qualifying for ICC events, and as I say, followed that pretty closely. So, I had a few conversations with Steve Snell, who's now Director of Cricket, and also Steve Gilmore, the interim head coach. They've been very optimistic and very positive. They've actually got a lot of experienced guys there. Think about George Munsey, who was here, Mark Watt, who's played a lot of cricket. Those guys have been around for a long time and played a lot of cricket. So it's somewhat, I guess it would feel like a new sort of era, new cycle with some new guys coming in. But it feels like they're very much building a solid squad that's looking to compete in these events.
There are T20 games attached to this, which I know you're not part of the squad there, but there is the T20 World Cup that come for, and Scotland are very much part of that in the summer. Do you sort of see that, as another way of getting in? Do you want to be part of that?
100%, mate. It acts as quite a big carrot, I think, for everyone that's looking to be involved. But I think it'll be a squad of sort of 15, 16, so there'll be a lot of guys missing out, and I could be one of them. So there's a lot of cricket to be played from now until that point, sort of including going back to Leicestershire to play on loan there. So I guess you'd be lying if you said it's not in your mind a little bit, but it kind of remains at the back of your mind, and you're focusing on what's ahead of you now.
Yeah, this is quite an important few months for you then, isn't it, really? Going out to the UAE, you're on loan at Leicester for the start of the season. This is a big moment for you, isn't it?
Absolutely, mate. Yeah, you find yourself over the last couple of years kind of sitting and watching a lot of cricket, whether it be through injury or not getting selected. So suddenly when things are coming across your desk, you want to make every opportunity count. And I'll use this as a chance to sort of understand what it's about and see where I'm at, and then whatever comes my way after that, we'll see. But as I say, I'm really looking forward to the opportunity, and then also once this is done, then getting up to Leicestershire and cracking on there as well.
I know you played some games for them right at the back end of the year. Of course, you played against them in the one-day final as well. What are you sort of expecting up there? Because it's a change of scene. It's a different people. I know, one or two are familiar faces up there, but it's totally different, isn't it? You've been used to Hampshire.
Absolutely, mate. You're spot on. And that was probably the biggest cultural shock going to a new club. Sorry, you're used to one way of working and seeing the same faces on a day-to-day, but sort of assess that as a really positive thing, going and experiencing a different environment and sort of broadening your horizons a little bit. It was different, very much so, but I thoroughly enjoyed it, and as I say, incredibly excited about going back there and testing myself again, and hopefully getting a good run of games at the start of the season, not just sort of the back end like last year. But yeah, it is different, you're right, and it'll be another challenge for sure.
Yeah, and of course the head coach up there is former bowling coach here as well, so that's a nice familiar face.
100%, and he's been someone who probably incredibly indebted to over the years. He's done a lot for my game. It certainly started when he was here, and he was a big sort of contributing factor around me getting back to Leicester, or getting to Leicester on loan to push my case again. So Alfonso's been brilliant in that sense, and also someone like Tom Scriven, grew up with here in the academy, lived together here whilst we were both here. So any environment you step into, whether it's Scotland with, like you say, my brother, or Wheelie, or Leicestershire with Fons and someone like Scriv, it's nice to have those familiar faces around you.